Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Home Studio Simplified Show. Today we have a very special edition of the show. This is the culmination of the January song contest. So everyone who entered for the month of January, we're going to all take time, listen to their songs, give some professional feedback, some attaboys, some pat on the back, some attagirls, whatever it might be. And then we're going to choose a winner from these wonderful submissions. We have 11 of them to listen to today. And once we pick a winner, then I will do a free mix and master for the winner. If you're unfamiliar with what this all entails, what is this all about, then I have posted a link here, or I should say I will be posting a link here because I thought I already did. It's in the description of the video, but you can also find it. Well, I'll post it here in a minute. You'll also be able to find that link here in the chat in just a moment to enter into the song contest. So essentially these take place every single month. We all get together. We have a good old time, staying creative, getting in our little creative zones. Everybody gets a chance to help one another out by providing some good structure to this and some feedback for one another's mixes or their productions. All right. So I've posted that now. If you want to go and check that out, and maybe if you're still on the fence about posting something, maybe you're thinking, well, my stuff's not up to par, or people are going to laugh at me. Don't worry about that here. This is a safe space where you can come and be creative, get constructive feedback for doing so. So thank you so much for all of you who have already tuned in today. And as it's already been stated, smash the like button, hammer that like button, nail that like button, do all that stuff that you're supposed to do with that like button, by golly. All right. So it's also notable to mention that we are actually streaming live right now on LinkedIn as well. And we are also live on Facebook. So I'm going to try my best to get to any questions that I might have on those other platforms, but I can't guarantee anything because the predominant place that this is being featured right now is YouTube. So I know for sure I'll be able to get to your YouTube comments. All right. Now, if this is your first time here, this channel exists to simplify the complexities of the home studio and to help you make professional sounding music in a less than professional space. The motto around here, and I'm sure that individuals who are in the chat today could probably quote this with you: we could dream alone, we can even create alone, but together we can achieve so much more. Today is no exception to that. We're going to see that togetherness all culminating together and showing a bunch of awesomeness amongst this community. Speaking of awesomeness, here's some awesome individuals. These are the chart toppers. These are folks who are seeing some worth in the time that's being invested in what we're doing over here, and they are blessing this channel and all who are a part of it with a monetary monthly donation, either through Patreon or through the YouTube membership tab, which you can see right there. It'll look like a little join button. And then here at the very bottom, we have some one-time donators through the super chat feature. And cool little feature that we've added to the channel here recently. If you donate through a super chat, you actually get to light up this room like a disco, because I have a cool little light attached to that. Whenever I get a super chat during the stream, you can set off the disco light in memory of the Bee Gees. That went over really well, by the way. I love that song. So by way of announcement, let's give a huge shout out to our sponsor as well. Today's video is sponsored in part by the 𝗏 Academy. The 𝗏 Academy offers affordable courses from mentors, world-class engineers, Grammy winners, and multi-platinum selling producers. And with the resources available on the 𝗏 Academy, you can learn how to create radio-ready mixes from the comfort of your own home studio. Most of the courses also offer multi-tracks that you can then add to your portfolio and begin to build out your business. Follow the link in the description of this video to head on over to the 𝗏 Academy today and start learning the skills that are needed to take your hobby or your business to the next level. I am not going to do a Staying Alive dance. All right. So good to see each and every one of you back again. We love each and every one of you. So glad that we can all get here in this creative space today and sort of let our hair down. Just by way of the chat, while we're signed in here, everybody's sort of freshly getting into the chat room, so to speak. How has your week been? Let me know in the chat, like, what's been going on with you? How's your week been? Hopefully it's been a good week for you. And if there's anything that maybe is pressing upon you, if you're worried about something or you need some help with something, let us know here in the community. We all love to help one another, to lean into one another, pray for one another, whatever we might need to do to help out. So with that being said, let's hop over to the desktop. And these are the songs that we'll be listening to today. We got 8 submissions this month. Not too bad, not too bad. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go in order here. These will have no processing done on them whatsoever. I'll just try to sort of adjust the volume here on the fader to make sure that everybody can hear that whenever we're listening to those, so that it's not too bad as far as volume wise, because some of these have not been mastered. So there's no problem with that whatsoever. But I may have to adjust some volume. So if you hear like a slight volume bump in some of them or a volume dip in others, that's just basically because basically I'm trying to keep sort of those consistent levels so that everybody can hear the music. But I also don't want to throw in plugins because I feel like then that's going to muddy the sound of the mix. And I want you to hear exactly what's been recreated by the user. So the first one that we have in line here, and I'm going to go up here to this handy dandy feature within Cakewalk that's called the exclusive solo, which if you have not seen this, you're in Cakewalk. This allows you to solo one track and then it will automatically mute all of the rest of the tracks. Instead of like soloing one track and then you can solo multiple tracks at a time, this will solo the one track and then completely unsolo or mute all of the rest of the tracks. So it's kind of cool. So as you can see right here, if I solo this, all of the other tracks go gray. So that means we're only listening to this track alone, which is a useful feature sometimes, especially when you want to solo out just one specific thing, but you're not sure if you left the solo button on somewhere else. Ahmed said it was a good week. Thanks for asking. Well, good deal. I like to hear that. Good news is always good news. Okay, so let's see what our first one is. Its song title is A Long Time by Uncle Ted. And whenever we have these entries, we actually have individuals who will write just a little bit of something about that song. So we're going to take a look at that right now. And we'll see exactly what he said about this particular song. Let me enable text wrapping. There we go. All right, so this song is called A Long Time. All right, so here's what is said in our Do You Want to Share Something section. It says, the artist is me, Ben James. Just a little song that I wrote. I collaborated with my friend, Jeremy Miller, who is an awesome producer and piano player based here in San Diego. Nice. Using Reaper as my DAW. Cool. I'm sure some Reaper users out there are going to be like, oh, sweet, let's hear it. So without further ado, let me color that in gray so I'll know that I've already used this, and let's take a listen. Like that snare sound already.
Why don't you come by anymore? Haven't seen you at the door for a long time.
Like this.
Now, is it all true what they say? They tell me that you've gone away.
Absolutely beautiful. Loved it. All right. So for my, in my professional opinion, I think this song had everything going on right. There are some things that I personally just, and this is just subjectively, would like to have heard in the mix that was not necessarily present. And that was main thing was being the bass guitar. It was there, don't get me wrong, but I think I would have rather preferred it to have a little bit more of an attacky sound. It was more round and sort of laid back in the mix, which is fine. It worked, don't get me wrong. But the song in and of itself, man, like the people in the chat here are saying, catchy song, great song. The feel and the vibe of it was great. And the vocals is immediately, as soon as I heard it, it reminded me of some of that like classic light rock of, you know, like the 80s, 70s and 80s. I loved it. Really the only thing, honestly, that I can give that sort of I would have changed if it would have been in my hands is that bass guitar, just making it sound a little more attacky, if that even makes sense, like boosting around 1K to 2K, somewhere around in that region. But yeah, excellent song. Good job. Let's give them a round of applause for that one. And for all of those who are in here who are new, that round of applause is for you. Look at that. I'm a poet, don't even know it. All right, so the next song we're going to look at is called Don't Hold Back. This is by our good friend 𝗪cie heç𝗴𝗵𝗆. He's submitted songs here before. Every time he submits a song, I just know that it's going to have some good guitar work in there. So let me find that here in... Okay, so this is a song I wrote about myself. Or I'm sorry, he says this is a song I wrote myself. The lyrics finally came together a couple of years ago, but the music is over 10 years old now. It is still unfinished in that it needs some accompaniment voices on the chorus that says, don't hold back. I picture it being a church choir song that hopefully, if it's good enough, it would get spread around and sang in other churches. Oh, that's cool. It also needs just a little more instrumentation to fill it out, but I try to be as careful as much as I can with all my songs not to add too many instruments that can be reproduced live. Yes, that's a good decision there. Almost all of my songs have a backing track version where I attempt to simulate what I would sound like if all I have are bass, drums, and myself on guitar and vocals. Therefore, I have average church musicians in mind that could hopefully learn and play along. Since I don't actually have a bass player or a drummer, I'm trying to carry it all on the guitar. Very difficult. Yeah. On this recording, I'm playing everything: rhythm guitar, bass, lead guitar, and again, the drums are digitally sequenced. I'm singing as well, but my voice really doesn't fit this song, and I'm still unsure about the melody. I'm open to suggestions out there. Tell me what you think. Oh, and by the way, the guitar on the last song was my first love, my 50th anniversary Strat. This time, I'm playing the Mistress, my PRS Santana. Don't let the Strat know. We won't tell the Strat, okay, guys? All right, let's take a listen to Don't Hold Back by 𝗪cie heç𝗴𝗵𝗆.
I'm free from sin's stronghold. It's a burning fire I can't contain, consuming power, my soul is set aflame. Let me tell about joy I can't hide. Holy power can't keep it all inside. If I would hold my peace, rocks will cry out. No rock can take my place. Time for me to shout. Don't hold back. Praise his name. set me free. Saved by the blood of Calvary. I've been changed, I'll never be the same. Filled with the Spirit, free in Jesus' name. Nothing can hold me down, no need to fear. My enemy can't touch me now, help is always near. I've got the victory, the battle has been won. The blood of Jesus is how we overcome. Don't hold back, praise his name. Don't hold back, don't be ashamed. Jesus, name above all names. Lord of lords, King of kings, worthy of all praise. Jesus, name above all names. Lord of lords, King of kings, worthy of all praise. Lord of lords, King of kings, worthy of all praise. Jesus, name above all names.
Nice. All right. I do apologize about that little bit of a fiasco there towards the end. Clicked on a tab and it started going crazy here. It's kind of difficult trying to keep up with like 50 different things at a time, especially whenever you're ADD. But it's also good at the same time that I'm still focusing on the song, but not completely focused on it, because that way I hear things that my analytical mind would not necessarily have heard because I was analyzing it too much. So the thing that I heard on that was there's a little bit of some timing issues, not that big of a deal considering the song is older and you're trying to add on to it. There are some obvious, consistency issues between the sounds of the instrumentation and some of the other stuff that was involved. Honestly, you said you didn't think that your voice fit the production, but I think it worked very well. I think it was definitely another one of those songs that has a lot of potential. With a little bit of some tweaking, the song could definitely have a lot of potential. So kudos to you, man. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. Love the guitar solo. Always love the guitar work, by the way. And then obviously, the other thing that I kind of tend to mention quite frequently here is to make proper use of your panning of your stereo field. There were some elements in there that I feel like could have been panned a little bit wider to give you more of a stereo depth to that. Yet again, all of these are subjective, all of these suggestions I'm making, but yeah, kudos to you, man. Great work. Has lots of potential. Keep it up. Okay, so the first one that we listened to, now normally I don't allow dual submissions because I want to keep it to just one person, being able to submit things. However, this individual here did submit 3 different songs, and we didn't have a lot on our plate already. So I went ahead and just let him do that. I didn't send him an email and say, hey, you can't do that. So we didn't have, if he wouldn't have submitted 3 times, we would have only had, I think, 6 submissions, or I'm sorry, 8 submissions, something like that. So this is another one by Uncle Ted. This one is called Down and Out. Let's see what he wrote about this one. Da-da-da-da-da-da. All right, let me color this so I can know that I've already checked that out. Okay, he says, I wrote and recorded this song last year. I was only just getting into home recording, so when I listen to it now, there's things that I would definitely do differently. Still, I like the feel of the song. It's about the dark side of LA, a city that attracts a lot of people who want to make it, but very few do. Like a bullet to the brain, feeling down and out in LA. Interesting. Okay, let's check it out.
Aspirations falling hard.
Very cool. Nice. Good job on the song, man. Definitely loved the groove and feel. I would have definitely done the drums a little bit differently. I think they fit the song well. They just needed a little bit more punch, in my personal opinion. There was a little bit of lack of clarity in those drums. And even the cymbals themselves sounded just a little tinny. Not that big of a deal. I really loved the vocals yet again. Got great vocals for this type of music. And the instrumentation was spot on too. I would have liked to have heard a little less reverb on the lead vocal, or not necessarily even reverb. I think it was more the delay that was maybe throwing me off. But at the same time, yeah, excellent work. Great song. Good job. All right. Now, Midnight Blue, he says that I had mistakenly overlooked his submission, so we don't want to do that. So we're going to fly that in right now here to Cakewalk. Let me scroll down here to the bottom. Okay, there it is, buddy. We got you in like Flynn. And if you're ever watching these and you're like, hey, you missed my submission, there is a possibility of that, because what happens is at the end of the month, I go back and once we've listened to all these, I'll go back and delete all of the folder or all of the files out of that folder. And then what happens is that's to free up space so that the next month people can upload again. But what happens is sometimes people are actually uploading submissions while we're doing these, and then I end up deleting their submissions. So if at ever, any time that we're doing this, you're like, hey, I don't see my submission, just drop me something here in the chat, let me know, and myself or one of my moderators will help me to see that, get that in front of me, and we can get that played, because I want to make sure that everybody has a voice here, that everyone is heard. So I'm actually going to put yours up next, Midnight Blue. Seeing as how you got kind of left out there. All right. Let's see what he had to say about this one. He says, first let me make sure that I color code Down and Out in LA here. Really liking the submissions already. Alma means soul in Spanish. I'm not Spanish, but the guy who made the animation I put this music to is Spanish. I set myself a target to write a ballad this month without vocals. This is the result. It was composed and produced in Cakewalk, as always, and I wrote a pretty piano and strings piece, then added a Prince style over the top guitar solo at the end. The overall style is a bit post-rock and a bit cinematic. You could say it's cinematic rock, except it's a ballad, so I don't know what style it is. Perhaps the guys in the comments could decide. I hope you guys like it. All the best, Dave. I'm sure we will. Let's give her a listen. Oops, that's what happens when you don't put the solo button on. Here we go. Nice. I knew this would, Mark George would chime in on this one. snare sounds good. Very cool. Very cool. I like. So with that being said, here is my professional feedback on this one. I really feel like the drums were good. Don't get me wrong. I love the snare sound, by the way. When it first come in, though, there's a cymbal crash that kind of sounds like it got cut off. Also, I would have loved to have heard the drums a little bit farther, pushed farther in the back, and maybe have like some kind of a weird, like ethereal reverb. I think that would have helped to sell that the rest of the feel of the song. And then that last lead solo guitar was really good. It was fitting. I feel like, however, that it had just a little bit too many mids. Like it was sounding just a little too nasally, in my opinion. But with that being said, the production in and of itself, I could definitely see setting behind some kind of video work. So yeah, you sold that part of it very well. So good job. Good job. As usual, I would expect nothing less from our friend Midnight Blue. All right, what is up next? Attack on the Devilishly Delightful D. Hellfire Mustang. All right. Let's see what was written about this. Okay, so the full title of this is Attack of the Devilishly Delightful Dragons of Drag. Okay. Says, howdy, Hellfire Mustang here again with another song submission. This is the final part of a trilogy called Surfers vs. Monsters, where each song has a spooky vibe and mixes different genres, where rock and theremin 60s horror sound effects are in the center. Actually, one previous song I submitted, Ghostly Hauntings at the Haunted House, was part 2. In this one, I really tried to go all out in terms of guitar work and electronic music. One notice, I pumped the song to -9 LUFS intentionally. Okay, cool. I do remember that song too, by the way. It was around October, I believe, that you submitted that song. Very cool. All right, that's piqued my interest now. I gotta hear this. So let's take a listen. live. That was, wow. That was face melting good. Very, very cool. Honestly, there's really not a lot I could say about that. I liked a lot of the elements. I feel like some of them were clashing at times, but at the same time, I felt like it almost lent itself in this song like it was supposed to be there. Hence the reason why you probably even pumped it up to -9 LUFS. So with that being said, I think you accomplished everything that you were setting out to do. I would like to hear, like Wolfgang Productions here had said, I would have liked to have heard a little bit more low end. In fact, I think it would have been cool to have almost sort of a drone bass in there. Super cool. Who else has to pee now? Right? Yeah, great song. Great song. All right, so next up is LA Punch or Naveen Karange Pona. I'm assuming this, let's see. Here we go. I'm assuming that this one is, let's see. There it is. So the only notes that was left on this one is vocals, Ajesh, and flutes, Rihan, Rode NT1. Okay, cool. Let's give it a listen. I'm assuming that this one is from our Indian brethren.
கரங்கி போன பார்வையினாலே நிமிடம் என்னை சாய்த்தவள் நீயே. கரங்கி போன பார்வையினாலே நிமிடம் என்னை சாய்த்தவள் நீயே. கரங்கி போன பார்வையினாலே நிமிடம் என்னை சாய்த்தவள் நீயே. கரங்கி போன காதலை போலே மிதக்கின்றேன் நானே. அடியே அழகே கரைத்தொடு வந்தேன் தனியே விழியின் வலையில் விழுந்தேனே. காற்றில்
Very cool.
ஊறும் மழைத்துளி போலே நின்று குளிராய் காதல் கொண்டேனே. கரைந்து போன பார்வையினால நிமிடம் என்னை சாய்த்தவள் நீயே. கரைந்து போன காதலை போலே மிதக்கின்றேன் நானே. கரைந்து போன பார்வையினால நிமிடம் என்னை சாய்த்தவள் நீயே. கரைந்து போன காதலை போலே மிதக்கின்றேன் நானே.
Ooh, I love that flute.
கனவென நினைத்து நான் விழித்திட மறந்தேன் பெண்ணே. உனக்கென உணர்ந்து நான் உலகத்தை மறந்தேன் கண்ணே. கனவென நினைத்து நான் விழித்திட மறந்தேன் பெண்ணே. உனக்கென உணர்ந்து நான் உலகத்தை மறந்தேன் கண்ணே.
Nice.
என் காதல் உன்னோடு ஒன்றாகவே கைகோத்துக் கொள்வேனடி. தண்ணீர் இல்லாத வீணாகவே நீ இன்றி தவித்தேனடி. என் காதல் உன்னோடு ஒன்றாகவே கைகோத்துக் கொள்வேனடி. தண்ணீர் இல்லாத வீணாகவே நீ இன்றி தவித்தேனடி.
Man alive, I love that flute.
சாய்த்தவள் நீயே கரைந்து போன காதலை போல மிதக்கின்றேன் நானே கரைந்து போன பார்வையினால நிமிடம் என்னை சாய்த்தவள் நீயே கரைந்து போன காதலை போல மிதக்கின்றேன் நானே
Very, very good. Man alive. I honestly, I really don't have much to say about that one. Yeah. Wow. That was really good. In fact, I think if we would have put a limiter on that, let me just check something out here real quick. Let me just put an adaptive limiter on that bad boy. Take it down to like -6. Oops. My bad.
Oh, கரங்கி போன பார்வையினால நிமிடம் என்னை சாய்த்தவள் நீயே.
Oh, it's going to keep dropping out on me. Anyway, what I was going to say was I think if we would have brought that up to a little bit of a different, here, actually, here. Here we go.
Oh, கரங்கி போன பார்வையினால நிமிடம் என்னை சாய்த்தவள் நீயே.
Why does it keep doing that? Oh, I bet that's because I think I've got my buffer's like way down here. Anyway, what I was going to say was I think if we threw a limiter on that, it would have just brought that right up to where it needed to be. It would have been industry standard right there.
Oh, கரங்கி போன பார்வையினால நிமிடம் என்னை சாய்த்தவள் நீயே. Oh, கரங்கி போன பார்வையினால நிமிடம் என்னை சாய்த்தவள் நீயே. கரங்கி போன பார்வையினால நிமிடம் என்னை சாய்த்தவள் நீயே கரங்கி போன காதலை போல மிதக்கின்றேன் நானே.
Anyway, yeah, I could listen to that all day. Great submission, man. Great submission. Loved it. All right. Next is the Lunatic, who happens to be here in the chat, by the way, and I think he is a newbie. All first-timers, or at least new-timers, get a round of applause here. So thank you so much for being on here today and for submitting. You know, it really, it's one thing to have talent, but to put yourself out there and actually submit to a song contest like this, it does take a lot of gall. It takes a lot of guts, so to speak. So thank you so much for doing that, because by doing so, you get better. You get some feedback. You get, you know, where is it? So he's got it in here. So that means it should have Lemon Waves. Hold on here. For some reason, it's not showing up in my... It's not showing up here. It's like they submitted it, so it should show up here. Heroes All Alone. What's the name of the song here? My Hope Is You. Ah, here it is. Okay, so, okay. The, in the notes section, he just simply wrote Lemon Waves. Hope I'm saying that right. Lemon? I'm not sure. Let's take a listen. Sorry, did it again. Nice. Nice. Hey, you take care, Midnight Blue. Nice. right, good deal. So the song in and of itself definitely had a lot of potential yet again. But this is one of those songs where there's a lot of repetitiveness in the sense that it didn't really won't keep someone's interest, especially for being almost 5 minutes long there. One of the things that I've heard and sort of tried to sort of base my songwriting off of is that you sort of have to, especially in the day and age which we live, people have shorter attention spans. So you have to sort of like grip the attention of the listener quickly, get your message across quickly. Even in an instrumental, you can do this. And then also, if you're going to make it longer, to keep providing them with extra information as the journey goes. And that doesn't have to necessarily even mean that you're throwing in more instruments. It can just be extra information, can actually be a loss of information. Like you could drop out instruments or put in instruments. And like in this case right here, there could have been a point in there where you just sort of stripped all the instruments out and all you heard was the bass, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, and then brought everything back in after like a cymbal swell or something like that would have been enough to sort of create that continual movement. But the structuring of it and everything like that, it sounded very clean, very clear. So keep at it, man, because you're doing good already out of the gate. All right, the next one here, and I'm going to make sure to solo it, is by our friend Adam Town, and it's called 𝗖cie když𝗴. Let's see what he wrote about this one. Okay, so Adam Town Project says, AC Town Project, sorry. Another track from the upcoming release, Lord Willing, Cakewalk by BandLab is my DAW. Plugins, Cakewalk, Waves, IK Multimedia, iZotope, original music and lyrics inspired by a sermon from Ecclesiastes and the death of a college professor. Hope you enjoy. Nice. Okay, let's give her a listen.
First breath of a newborn, the last of an aged soul. They share this in common, that the Lord is the giver of both. From birth and the cradle to life at a hectic pace. The image of Adam has made its mark on our fallen race. There's nothing new under the sun. What was before now is done. It's all striving after the wind, and when it's all gone, what will be then? To lose or gain, life is life. Everyone's worth the same. We travel this road of life, joys and trials mark our days. Some folks find that narrow path, yet we're born on that broad highway. Where will you wind up when the golden bowl is crushed? When the spirit returns to God and the flesh returns to dust. Life is life, all are conceived in sin. Life is life, everyone's born condemned. Life is life, no one may enter heaven my sins forgiven, eternal life with Christ above in heaven. Life is life, so much to lose or gain. Life is life, everyone's worth the same.
Very, very good. I liked it. I liked everything about it. If there was just a few small critiques that I would have made, it would have been on the bass guitar itself. I'm not sure. It just wasn't, I wasn't sold on the bass guitar. And the drums themselves, they sounded great. There was just a little bit of an off balance on them. I'm not sure what it was. Maybe it's just a mixing subjectivity. I like to mix from the drummer's perspective, or I'm sorry, from the audience perspective. Whereas some people like to mix from the drummer's perspective as far as where they pan instruments. But other than that, the song was really good. It was well thought out. I loved it. Loved it. Good job. All right, next up is The Lost Samurai. And it says Home Sweet. Let's see. Did they write anything about this? Yes. It says, hi, I'm Adrian. When I did this song, I had no idea what mixing or mastering was. I just arranged the MIDI volume, and that's all. Thank you for making your vids. They're very helpful. Hope you'll like my song. Awesome. Well, let's give it a listen. And thank you for thanking me for liking the whatever. No, that was...
じゃあ叩き切られても文句はねえな。なんだと？言うのだから切ってくれ。切られりゃ痛えぞ。刃物は怖くてヤクザは捕まらねえ。まったくバカにつける薬はねえな。何？
「
ちのとこはけいずれすっと長きした方がよかねえか親切だな俺も頼みがある
Wow, that was pretty cool. Okay, so yet again, sort of like what we talked about with the Lunatics submission. Great use of looping, great use of sound effects, and of accentuating the song with outside elements. However, with that being said, there was still a little bit of that repetitiveness. Now, whenever you're first starting out, guys, listen, we've all done it. In fact, we still do it to this day. And that's not to say that it's necessarily a bad thing. We all have to take baby steps to get where we need to go to that next level. And that's why it's so awesome that you've chose to submit it on a song contest, much like this one, because there's people in this chat that's going to help to give you constructive criticism, and myself included, that's going to help you to get to that next level. And that's what this channel is all about. It's all about helping you to make better music, to have the decision-making processes in place to get to that better music. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and post something in the chat right now that this is a link that you can use to go and to download my 15-step mixing process. Now, this won't help you with your productions in the sense of like knowing when to add what or how, but this will also help you to get to the end of a mix faster, for one. It's going to also start to help you to develop a process. Whenever you have a process in place, you can then create faster and more creatively, because you can lean into the process and say, okay, now that I have this process, I know exactly what needs to be done in the next step. Sort of takes the guesswork out of things. But this will definitely help those of you who are newer to music production to start now developing those processes. As you grow into that, then you can change this process to meet your needs. But this is my 15-step mixing process. You can go and download it from the link that I just gave you. That will get you on my email list, which you definitely want to be on my email list, because this month will be the last month for a typical song contest. What I mean by that is next month, the month of February, on February 1st, we'll be kicking off the official BandLab IK Multimedia Home Studio Simplified Song Contest. This one's going to be a little bit different in the sense that we are going to have some samples provided for you to make a song with. And we're also going to include prizes in that you can win. Other than just a free mix and master from me, you're going to also get your song heard by producers, other producers who are then going to sort of choose their favorite out of the soiree of people who put that in there. And we're going to have up to 5 winners. The grand prize winner is going to get a bunch of awesome stuff. Okay, you're going to get an IK Multimedia plugin package. You're going to get an iRig Pro that you can take with you on the road to make music on the road. You're also going to get a copy of the Compression Simplified course, as well as my Cakewalk by BandLab tutorial course. You're also going to be able to get a mono backpack from BandLab, and you're also going to be able to get featured on the BandLab homepage for the song that you submitted that won. So with over 30 million users, you can get your song potentially in front of a lot of people. So if you want to know more about that, sign up for the email list. You don't have to do it through the link that I just provided, but that's also going to give you an extra little freebie just for signing up through the email list. Now, with that being said, next month's song contest, if you still want to make a submission, but you don't want it to be in a submission for the IK Multimedia BandLab contest, there will be a separate link provided for that. So if you just want to go ahead and upload next month anyway, so that it's kind of in the queue for March, January, February, March, then go ahead and do that. No big deal. We'll go ahead and probably end up picking up in March where we left off with the song contests. So yeah. All right, let's go ahead and jump into, and by the way, those of you who are here in the chat right now, you just received information that no one else has received as of yet, except for those that are on my email list and those that are in the Patreon group. And well, and some of the those that are frequenters around here. I wanted to throw this out there too. I've had some individuals that have commented here recently in various groups and things. And I know that the Produce Like a Pro Academy, they have what's called plappers, which makes sense because they're Produce Like a Pro, PLAP, plappers. One thing that I thought was kind of funny was I had some individuals saying that those who were subscribed to this channel were called simpletons. I'm not cool with that. I mean, are you guys cool with being called simpletons? I mean, I get it because we're, all about keeping things simple, but I don't want to like degrade the group and call individuals simpletons. I mean, if it's done in jest and it's like funny, that's one thing, but what? I don't know. I'm going to leave that up to you guys. I'm not just going to go off calling people simpletons. So if you see somebody who is saying, yeah, I'm a part of the simpletons group, take no offense in it. I didn't condone that. So, with that being said, Mark George says, have you actually released those samples yet? No, I have not. I will be releasing those samples when I release the next video, which will then introduce the song contest in and of itself. So let's go ahead and take a listen to Carl Hagman's, I do that every time. Mi volve valiente. And let's see what he had to say about that. We are the dream achievers. We are the dream create achievers. He says he likes it. Inside joke. Nice. Okay. All right. Well, if you guys don't mind being called simpletons, I won't correct the issue. I just wanted to make sure that nobody was getting their feelings hurt. I mean, I didn't take offense to it because I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, so this is from Carl. He says, in this song, a woman breaks free from a selfish man and decides to live her own life. I tried to apply as much information of the rocket fuel course in this song, but I would appreciate your opinion and constructive criticism. So Carl is a member of the rocket fuel bundle. We are actually finishing up our last session tomorrow, where we're going to actually come together and collaborate on a song together amongst the rocket fuel members. And I do have some direction for that. That I won't be releasing here as of yet. Whenever we get that song moving forward, we'll be showing you guys the back end of that for those who joined the Rocket Fuel Bundle. If you're unfamiliar as to what the Rocket Fuel Bundle is, it's basically open to 10 people at a time. And when I open the doors, it's the first 10 in the door, no questions asked and no holding spots or anything like that. They have to pretty much say, okay, I'm going to submit, I'm going to be there. And if I'm not there, the sessions are recorded. So that's that. But basically you get all of the tutorials that I have to offer. You get 5 Skype sessions, you get multi-tracks, and you get a song collaboration opportunity. So basically in this Rocket Fuel membership, you learn how to create radio ready songs quickly and efficiently. And more so than anything, you learn how to churn these things out quickly. How to sit down and get creative in that creative space and stay in that creative space every time you come back to your computer. If that's something that you're interested in, by way of the chat, go ahead and give me a hands raised or something like that. And if I see some interest here in the chat, I'll go ahead and post a link where you can sort of get on the list ahead of time. So if you're interested in getting on that list, let me see if I can actually pull this up, because I only open the doors once in a great while. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so if you are interested in that, here is the link for you to go on over there and check that out. See, that's kind of how I felt about it, Wolfgang. I kind of felt like it was a little derogatory, but at the same time, I know the individual personally, and I know that they weren't meaning anything derogatory out of it. But yeah. Awesome. We got one hand raised. Good deal. Awesome. So yeah, if you want to click on that link right there that I've just posted in the chat, that'll also put you on my email list. So you'll be able to get access to what I was talking about earlier as far as the collaboration opportunity. Now, those doors for the rocket fuel bundle will not be open until probably March, April, maybe April-ish, maybe June. So with that being said, though, you do go ahead and you pay up front. That gets you your spot reserved. And then whenever I go live with that next time, you'll be on that list of individuals of those 10 or less that I will then email and say, okay, it's starting up. The doors are open. Get ready to get in. So, all right, let's go ahead and give a listen to Carl's work here, because I'm sure this is going to be awesome. He's been a tremendous help to the Rocket Fuel Bundle community as well, because he's been submitting some really cool stuff in there. So let's take a listen.
Inflado su ego, solo en él siempre pensó. Nunca detoné su amor, eso me partió el corazón. Caminé a su lado tanto tiempo en soledad. Amor le rogaba y hasta un poco de piedad. Porque me trataste de esa forma, no te invadió la pena al irte de mí. Porque eres así, me entregué cuerpo y alma entera. Eras esa gasolina que me hacía vivir. Dime por qué a mí. Poquito a poco fue dejando de doler. Ha salido el sol y he empezado a florecer. Hoy me he empoderado, ya por ti no sufro más.
Nice. Nice work, man. Very good. I love the fact that we've got a lot of international representation here. When I first started this channel, I was really hoping that we would start reaching out across the bounds of time and space, and we're doing that. So very cool. Good to see 𝗦eci his𝗴𝗵𝗹 music up in here. 𝗦eci, how are you doing, brother? Good to see you in here. All right, so Running with the Sun. This is another one by our friend Uncle Ted. Yet again, I don't normally allow multiple submissions, but we're going to allow this. I was going for a big sounding production, especially in the outro. It needs a little bit of help, but I did my best. I used virtual orchestra instruments from Spitfire's BBC Symphony VST. Beautiful, by the way. Reaper is my doll. I played all the instruments, the drums, which are samples. Awesome. Okay. Let's give her a listen. Nice. Excellent, excellent work yet again. There are some things that I definitely picked up on in this, and I don't know if it was the compression of the song itself or the compression of, I checked, it is 24 bits, so I don't think it's been reduced down to like MP3 or nothing, but there was like some digital sounding compression going on. It sounded like, on the vocals, I noticed that there was a little bit more sibilance than what I would have liked to have heard, and they were also sort of buried in the mix a little bit too much. The cymbals also, and then the sound effect that I heard in the left side of the stereo field, all of those had sort of that digital distortion going on. It was kind of, it didn't necessarily throw off the entire song, but I definitely noticed it. Of course, that's with a subjective ear. That's also with an objective ear, in the sense that I'm purposely listening for those things. If I wasn't, maybe I wouldn't have even had picked up on that. Who knows? But that's my professional feedback on that. Next, we have our very own Mark George in the chat today. And this is his song, The Spellcaster. He says, "Hey everyone, this is just a short piece this time. And typical to the way I write, I found a sound, namely that bass rumble that you hear at the start, and built a track around it, all done with different contact libraries and trailer packs. And it makes me think of a wizard reading a spell book while colored mists swirl around him as he conjures up something mystical. Well, you get the picture. Just imagine Merlin meets the Wizard of Oz, and there are no present loops, all played with my little digits." Cool. Let's take a listen. Yep, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. There was. Super cool. As usual, I knew that was going to be good. When Mark submits something, everyone perks up and listens because they know we're getting ready to be taken on a journey. And that's what typically happens, and that's what did just happen. Mark is definitely in the category all of his own. in the sense that 9 times out of 10 now, whenever he submits something, I always tell myself, I'm just going to go ahead and sit back and listen because I'm probably not going to have much to say after it's all said and done. And this is no exception. There's really not much I can say. Good work. So we currently have 20 viewers and 20 likes. Thank you guys so much for doing so. Appreciate that. We're going to go ahead and kick off a giveaway. For those of you who are still here, type in !freebie, all in lowercase, to enter into the giveaway that is currently going on now. That will be for a freebie. What that freebie is, no one knows. But basically, if you win, you just send me an email and let me know, hey, I want a freebie on today's stream, and then I will email you back and say, here's your freebie. That might be an EQ cheat sheet. It might be tips on mixing low end, whatever it might be. It'll be a freebie nonetheless. I wish it could be a t-shirt. That's just a little too pricey at this given time. But once we go nationwide and we have over 2 million subscribers and Robert's rolling in it over here, I'll be giving away a lot more than just t-shirts. I'll be giving away, Teslas. So you can dream. You're going to dream big, we might as well do it. So with that being said, while this freebie, make sure you put ! freebie DL White. Make sure you put ! before that. That's what actually notifies the chat bots that you're in. So it should look something like what I've just put in there now. ! freebie. Hey, look, I've entered myself. I didn't know I could do that. That's crazy. Anywho, thank you all so much for being on today's live stream. We had a lot of excellent submissions, and I also wanted to thank you as well for being able to reach 30,000 subscribers. We just crossed the 30,000 subscriber mark. Man alive. I don't even know. I honestly never planned that we would ever get to that. I was just thinking I'm going to upload some videos to try to help some people, and hopefully it'll take off. I never thought that it would get to the point where it is right now. So thank you guys so much. And it's all because of you. I could never have done anything that I have done thus far without you guys. So thank you so much. And that's only the beginning of it. That's just the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. So 30,000 subscribers today. We're looking for, I'll just let you guys in on the goals for this year, is I want to reach 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I know that's huge, right? You guys are thinking there's no way. Yet again, if you're going to dream big. I would love to have a 100,000 subscriber celebration, which, by the way, when we reach 50,000 subscribers, we're going to have another 50,000 subscriber, or not another, but we're going to have another milestone celebration. So with that being said, if you have not checked out the 10,000 subscriber celebration, there is a video still up here where you can go back and check that out. We had a ton of fun. We had a balloon pop giveaway. We had a special guest on the show. Warren Hewitt stopped by. He just such a generous individual. We had prizes from over $2,000 worth of prizes from various plugin companies. So thank you all so much. Wow. I'll tell you what, you guys rock. That's all I know. With that being said, let's go ahead and draw a winner. And I'm going to show you guys the screen this time because whenever I do these, I never show the screen. So you guys are not sure how these actually get picked. So as you can see, here's the dashboard. I'm going to go ahead and pick a winner now. This will randomly pop up who the winner is. Simon Mack, you are today's freebie winner. Good deal. You can see there in the chat, it's already told Simon Mack that he is the freebie winner. So we're going to get that out to him. Yeah, Mark George actually won the Unichannel. That was nice. So Simon Mack, whenever you get a chance, just send me an email at homestudiosimplified@gmail.com, and I will send you over a freebie, brother. Be happy to do so. And before we go from today's live stream, before I leave your presence and we all have our brains melt out with all the inspiration we got from today. It would be funny if Mob 1 wasn't even here. That's so true. I could actually see that happening too. I don't know how he's got the system rigged, but he does. But before we go, there's something else we have to do, and I can't remember. What is it? Oh yeah, it's the Wheel of Awesomeness. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We can't go until we spin the wheel. 𝗖cie heç𝗵𝗆𝘆 here, bringing you the Wheel of Awesomeness. Let's spin that bad boy. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a song feature. So, Robert's going to get that up here in the queue. I've already shut that window, so that's not cool. All right, so we're going to have a song feature that's going to be in the mix today, so to speak. And basically what I'm going to do is we're going to open up that giveaway style thing again here in just a minute. And this time you're going to type in the same thing, but this is going to be for a song feature instead. So let me get this going here. All right. So now by way of the chat, type in !freebie. This will get you a song feature on the channel. Now this will be during a time whenever we're not typically having our song contests. So it doesn't necessarily have to be one that you're submitting to the song contest. This can be something totally different, something you've already released or something you want to feature here on the channel. So all you have to do is just simply hit !freebie, or you can do it 3 times like DJ Big Red 81 just did, and you can get your song featured here on the channel. Awesome. Who doesn't love the Wheel of Awesomeness? I mean, come on now. So we got 𝗬𝗁𝒐's entered. We got DL White. He's entered. DJ Big Red 81. He's in the door now. For those of you who are wondering who all is a part of this. Awesome. We reached 21 likes, guys. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. And by the way, if you all are inclined to do so, share these live streams whenever I go live. Share them with your friends and say, hey, he's live over here. Go come check him out. Of course, today, yeah, it's already over now, but I mean, at the same time, just thought I'd throw that out there. I never tell people to share this stuff. I don't know why. I probably should. Also, sort of on the back end of things, just to let you guys know, I want to kind of like take the temperature, so to speak, of this channel from time to time. I'll do a poll where I place it there on the Micah is blowing up the entries. You only get 1 entry per !freebie or !freebie there. So, but anyway, I was going to sort of take the initiative, and I'm creating a new Home Studio Simplified website. It's going to be completely new. It's going to be declunked. The other one's got a little bit of clunkiness to it, and I'm going to also integrate some more features in that, including a membership area, which as of right now, I have Patreon and I have the membership here through YouTube. But what I'd like to do is just solidify all that into one place so that everybody doesn't have to go to 3 different places to try to get into all of that. Likewise, it's going to be in such a way to where you can use any payment form method that you'd like to sign up for that membership. And that's basically going to get you access to everything that you would have already had access to if you were a Patreon member or you were a member here on the channel. So let me know by way of the chat if that sounds like a good idea to you. A membership site where you all can convene, where we can get together, and we'll also have a collaboration section in there. I'm wanting to create a collaboration section where people can reach out to one another, collaborate on songs, share files back and forth. I'd love to see some real collaborations going on here within the community. I think it would be cool. This website is also going to feature all of my courses. It's going to feature sort of a chat section. So if you guys ever want to ask any questions or whatever, you can do it through there. But yeah, I'm just throwing that out there, just kind of seeing what you guys think about that. Would that be something that would be cool, or do I need to maybe hold off on that? Or is that something you're like, I'm not too interested. All right, let's go ahead and pick a winner. Winner is 𝗬𝗁𝒐 𝗁𝗵𝗆𝘆 Music. Good deal. So 𝗬𝗁𝒐, all you have to do is simply send me your song to homestudiosimplified@gmail.com. And in the subject of the email, just put song feature. And then I'll know that the next time I go live, we can feature that here on the channel. Awesome. By the way, if that is, for those of you who win these song competition or these song features, if that is a already released song, which means it is attached to some sort of a copyright, please whitelist that before you send it in. That way I don't get a copyright strike after the stream is over and have to go through all the fiasco of that. So yes, there is a fee with Patreon or YouTube. There will be different tiers as well in the membership page on the new website. So with that being said, I'm going to try to solidify everything there. So basically, instead of charging, there'll be like a free members area, and then there's going to be like a VIP area. So the VIPs will pay one fee and get access to everything. And then the free members area will still have access to a limited amount of things, but they will still have access to the group and be able to talk to people and be involved in the community. I want to do it in such a way to where I can kind of get away from this. Patreon takes quite a bit of money off the top. YouTube takes a whole lot of money off the top. This way I would actually get more of those earnings and be able to put it to better use. So, but yeah, that'll all be coming down the road here shortly, I hope. But until next time, guys, thank you all so much for showing up. Thank you all for being awesome. Continue to share the playlist. Continue to share the videos. And while I'm at it, if you are inclined to share one of my videos, actually try and share the playlist that video might be in, because this is actually going to create individuals to find more of my videos. So awesome. Okay, so until next time, guys, each and every one of you know what I'm getting ready to say, but we can dream alone. We can even create alone, but together we can achieve so much more.